G'day folks, Turbo here, and this is my somewhat belated final thoughts on the endgame DLC for Battlefield 3. Now, I've waited this long to do it because, well, the game's been out for long enough now, the expansion's been out for long enough that we can give a more sort of complete review on it, and we've tested all the different aspects of it, and so we know pretty much what we like and what we don't like. So, we'll start off with probably the biggest addition, and that's the new game modes. So the big one, capture the flag. Now, personally, I'm a bit surprised that they didn't introduce this earlier in the game's lifespan, because while I don't think I ever played capture the flag in any previous Battlefield titles, I thought that capture the flag was popular enough in other FPSs that it would sort of persuade DICE to put it in earlier in the game's life, but you know, whatever. It still works. It's still good. It's a very different way to play the game, that's for sure. You have to play it out completely differently, because this is probably the only game mode that kills mean absolutely zero. It's just kills don't mean nothing, and the only way, of course, to win is to get to the enemy flag, and there are a whole lot of strategies and sub-strategies within those that will basically guarantee you success. But the way I've found it is that the easiest way to ensure victory is to pretty much set up shop with your squad just outside their base and contain them, basically. Try to basically stop them from getting out of their own spawn so that someone can sneak in and snatch the flag and run off with it. That is, unless of course someone derpy on your team drives over a mine and kills you all. Alright, I'm going. There's mines!
No!
No! You drove over the mines!
I didn't drive over the line, I swear!
You just shut up! You suck!
I saw them and I couldn't see the one underneath me.
Well, I didn't set them off by stepping on them.
Yes, you did.
Shut up. Silly Python. But yeah, that seems to work pretty successfully for us, at least when we did capture the flag. We would set up shop on the hills above the base, like on Operation Riverside, and we would just, you know, pick off all the people who were spawning in the base, and then when the opportunity presented itself, whenever there was an opening, one of us would run down, grab the flag, and then run off with it, and away you go. And I have to say, I have never experienced as great a suspense as when I have the flag and I'm running back to my own base. The heart starts pounding at that point. I can't believe how suspenseful Battlefield could make me, and I think that's great, because I can't say I've ever experienced that in any other game at all. You know, when you get that flag, everyone is trying to kill you, and you just gotta get the hell out of there and just hope for the best, really. But of course, there's a lot of teamwork involved, not just with the squad. Say you got a teammate who's got the flag, and you happen to have a relatively fast vehicle nearby, and even though you may get a small percentage of the points that the person who actually captures the flag gets, you still feel like you're doing your part for the team, because, you know, you're helping them get out of danger. They're sort of putting their faith in you as a capable person to return them safely to your own base and allow them to capture the enemy flag. So, yeah, you may not get that many points for it, but yeah, you still feel good for it. But I really think that they should have made it so that you get more points, as in, like, you know, score points for capturing flags, because 500 points, that, you know, you get the same amount of points for blowing up an MCOM, and blowing up an MCOM is quite a lot easier than capturing a flag in CTF, I can say that. But anyway, I think CTF, I think that works really well. I think it's been very well designed. The maps are really good, I think, for capture the flag. They've been sized just right so that it allows infantry to go back and forth around the vehicles if they need to, and it flows relatively well. The one complaint I will have, though, is on Keosar Railroad. I really think it's a mistake having the attack helicopter on that map on each side, because really, the like one attack helicopter can just just ruin it. I think the attack heli just breaks that map for CTF. It makes life really difficult. I think the scout chopper would have been more than enough. I think that would have been fine for all the maps, just to have one tank, one AA jeep, and one scout helicopter per side, and of course a few bikes, and that's it. I think that would have sufficed. But other than that, I think CTF's great. Now, onto the other new game mode, Air Superiority. Yeah, screw that. Now, of course, there's more to this than just the new game modes. The new maps on their own, in the regular game modes, and by regular game modes I mean just Conquest, because I'm just a Conquest player. You say what you like about it, but I just prefer Conquest. I think the new maps work really well. They're really good. They're designed with pretty much everything in mind. Sure, there is a definite vehicle focus, but for the most part they're made in such a way that they make infantry transit around the map a viable option. Sure, the maps are quite large, but or at least when you're playing on the large Conquest size maps, but you know, they make it so that it's not too much of a hassle to get from flag to flag on foot, unlike an Armored Kill where you can spend days on foot, you know, without a vehicle, you know, sort of without aim, and you just get blasted by the gunship or run over by a random quad. But in this, that's not really such an issue, because they give you enough cover from one point to the next. They give you enough sort of routes to take that it's not too bad for the infantry. And the infantry combat in the maps is pretty good, and the vehicle focus is not too heavy, which is good. It allows for the infantry to play an equal role to the vehicles in controlling a map. Now, for the new vehicles, the bike is, well, it's essentially just a hyped up, super powered two-wheel version of a Jeep, essentially. You know, what can you say about it? It's fun, but that comes with a lot of frustration with all the, you know, the C4 cowboys who, you know, they want to be MVP using C4 only on their Jeep, and you know, you're gonna get that, but well, there's not much you can do about that. But I think my favorite new addition to this DLC is the dropship. This thing is a lot of fun. When I first saw it in the trailer, I thought it was so cool. It just looked awesome. It just would just fly over everyone, and then all of a sudden an IFV would just drop out the back of it, and I thought that was so awesome. And then you got guys jumping out as well, you know, parachuting in with the IFV if they wish, and it's just so cool. Sort of seeing this big armored vehicle coming down from the sky and landing among you on the ground to help you out. It's, I don't know, it's kind of like a morale booster. You may think you're on the ropes, and then all of a sudden an IFV drops down and lands next to you and sort of helps you push back the enemy. It, you know, it gives you a bit of a boost, and I think that's kind of cool. It's a new, refreshing mechanic that they've added, and I think it works well. And they've done a good job to make sure that no matter where you drop out with the IFV, you don't land on some, you know, random object and get stuck on something or get flipped over. And so they did a good job in making sure you land on, you know, safe flat ground. Where's this guy? And so well done to them for making sure that works. So yeah, the airdrop IFV is a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. And also you just feel like a badass when you get dropped out the back of that thing. It's totally cool. Oh, what a shot. So my overall thoughts on the DLC as a whole, I think it works really well. I think they've done a great job with this. This is one of their best DLCs, I think, right up there with Back to Karkan and Aftermath. I think they really did a fantastic job. So that you could say they saved the best to last, and that wouldn't be entirely inaccurate. That they really have done a good job, and so I fully commend DICE for doing such a great job with this. And I hope to see similar quality with the DLCs in Battlefield 4 in the future. Now, speaking of Battlefield 4, I will do a video of what I hope to see in Battlefield 4. So, look forward to some more Battlefield content in the near future, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.